Greetings, lovely Virgos out there. Thanks for joining me. This is your reading leading up to the full moon in beautiful Libra on Saturday. So let's get stuck into it. We're doing a shortened Celtic cross and we'll go through and clarify. It's kind of a circular reading. Don't get hung up on the time placements either. So as I said, we'll go through and clarify, and we'll get a journey map card and a Brian Froud card at the end, Pixie and Fairies. So let's get stuck into it. Central point, please, for beautiful Virgo. All right. And we'll talk about this first briefly and then keep going. Just need 2 more cards for the basis, central point. And the basis, please, for lovely Virgo. Earth children. Got 2 cards popping out. Okay, let's have a wee look. Face down. I'm kind of enjoying that. It's a bit of a surprise when they pop out. Okay, first off, we get some decision is in the pipeline, dear Virgos. We've got the 2, isn't it beautiful? The 2 of Swords. The decision, all the 2s are, creating or trying to maintain a balance in your life. But this is, ideally, that's what we all try, isn't it? The 2s are all about keeping a balance. This is an intuitive decision, in fact. So if you're highly into everything being of an intellectual manner, a mind matter, this could be a difficult thing for you. Crossing it, yeah, and it is. I didn't even see what the crossing card was. And it is difficult. You know, don't mean to be on a downer here straight off. We're just, all right, we'll keep going. 5 of Discs. The 5 of Discs is about having habitual patterns, yes, in terms of a lack mentality, actually. It is a personal choice to not take opportunity when we see it, and it is often because we're scared, maybe, or fear. Fear seems to be a prevailing element, doesn't it, in human nature. So initially, here we have the 2 deciding, making a choice based not on what you see around you, not on what you think actually that much. It's really on a more intuitive level that you're making a decision. Look, what I get here is that it is a difficult decision for someone out there. It's not so much the decision as the process of trusting it, of trusting, and actually seeing those intuitive hits when they come in, because they're usually pretty quick, pretty instantaneous. And I guess, anyway, I won't go on about it, but this is looking quite interesting. So it is trusting those. It's trust. The basis, there's things that you don't know so much. Yeah. The basis of this situation, we get the moon. So we're looking at the hidden aspects, the hidden aspects of our own process, of our own way of doing things. Maybe this is changing for you, Virgo. Maybe it's changing. And possibly with this full moon coming up, that something new is revealed that helps you along a bit. I do feel that that there's some situation, scenario, circumstance, whatever it is, where you are making an more of an intuitive decision, and this kind of isn't a comfortable place for you, I do feel. Or there are things about it that are very unknown. Anyway, let's keep moving. We'll come back and clarify for you, Virgo. What's past for lovely Virgos at this current time? What has Virgo just, what's past? Right. Wow. 10 of discs. What's past is a cycle, is a natural cycle. But of course, the 10 of discs is like full material wealth, bounty. It's not to say that that's not still in your life, but to me it indicates here that it is a beginning of a different cycle. And in fact, this cycle may be just a different way of decision making, a different, you're putting yourself in a different place here. Not physically, I don't mean physically. You're seeing yourself. You're working with things around you in a slightly different way. To me, this is what it feels like, and it's not overly familiar. It's a little bit newer. Well, it's a lot newer. It's a completely different way of operating here. For you Virgos, this might be specific. We get what we get. Current position for you. Wow, we get the 9 of discs. What's behind you is the 10. Where you're at is the 9. You're quite independent, aren't you, at this current time? Or you've chosen to be. I always see the 9 of discs as a great card of self-made independence emotionally and financially, which is a wonderful place to be. I get a sense that maybe for someone out there, there is an element of this that it's like finding yourself in a position where, like, a relationship has ended and you find yourself in this new position of being the sole decision maker, the sole, when people are so intertwined, and then suddenly you're independent. You're an independent entity that you can decide whatever, you choose whatever you want. It's not about what other people, what the tribal group or anyone else or your partner wants. It's you, because you're independent, you're self-made. Some kind of, it's interesting. Anyway, we'll clarify that, Virgo. You are self-made, and I do believe that just fell out. The 6 of Wands is a card of winning. There's either I do get that here. There's not only is there a new way of sort of making decisions based on what's around you, there's a new way of doing this where you've ditched the self-saboteur 5 of discs have been left out in the cold. You understand there are aspects of things you don't quite fully see at the moment, and that's okay, because you're in a really strong position with the 9 of discs. And moving forward, we see this card in the moving forward position, the 6 of Wands, a card of winning, and that other people actually see you as winning. This is not necessarily about someone with heaps of cash. This is about a level of respect and celebration, because I always say this about this card, because it is because of being of service to other people. Now, Virgo, if there's any sign that is really the embodiment of that, you are, dear Virgo. But certainly at this time, you're presenting as being very independent and making your own decisions. I think there's not maybe whatever it is, there's a shift in attitude, there's a shift in sort of relationship status, I think, for some people out there too in this reading. So let's just see, what's this Five of Discs in the central point about? Well, we kind of know we know what that's about. Tell us about the basis here, the moon, please. Can we peel it back a wee bit? Yeah, there's we get the Seven of Wands, which is interesting, standing up for your integrity. I think in this, you actually obviously are standing up for yourself, to honor yourself. It's interesting. And you're not settling for any less. This is what I get through here. I do think it's about a relationship. You're not settling for less anymore. And all your decisions from this point are going to be based on, not on the past or on anything like that, but have shifted, if that makes sense. Anyway, let's keep moving. Let's look at the Nine of Discs and the current position for lovely Virgos today, please. Wow, you're in a good position, dear Earth children. We get this little dude, the Nine of Cups. You're in a really strong position, not only materially, but emotionally as well. Fortified. Comfortable. I often get this with Virgo. A very comfortable position. Comfortable, kind of always sort of quietly confident. Quietly confident. Don't need to shout it out from the rooftops. You're defending something here with the Seven of Wands. Let's look at the Six. Let's look at the Six of Wands for Virgo. Oh, Virgo. This victory. People see it. People. Oh my God. You really can't sort of make it up. Like, we get the Six of Wands. Okay, so we get it. There's some kind of, there's a process in which, you've really, moving forward, you're coming out the winner here. Now, this may be quite specific to someone out there. It's certainly an interesting read. I'm just going to pull a Brian Froud card for thee, dear Virgo. Brian Froud for Virgo. This very interesting understanding of settling for less than what you really deserve. Wow. Yeah, and this is in terms of love. It's in terms of everything, your material world. Look, and we're getting this feeling, at the moment, standing up for your principles and your own personal truth and integrity. Look, we have the Singer of the Chalice, which is in effect like an Ace of Cups. In some ways, it's a cradle as well. It's a cradle of well, I just hear, mother love for some reason. It's a beautiful outpouring. The singers are all like aces. They're divine energies that come to you. And with that, we have Lady of the Harvest. She knows how to build it up, and she knows how to get rid of what she doesn't need seasonally, psychologically, whatever this happens to be, in a creative sense. I love that card. She's such a gorgeous figure there. So, really interesting, Virgos. Did we get... Oh, no, we didn't. Let's get a journey map card just to top it all off. This interesting process that you're going through. And it's like, hello, can you really, honestly... it's like the Six of Wands and the Six of Wands. We're talking like this is major success in whatever scenario this happens to be for you. Contemplate and cut back. Preparation, dear Virgos, because you're on a winning street. Honestly. Look, preparation. Contemplate. I love that card. Contemplate and cut back. It is an autumn card. What is the Lady of the Harvest? What is her job? She builds up, she cuts back, makes room for more. It's this ongoing cyclical thing. You're so I hear it, so well organized, Virgo. You really are. Even in the process of understanding the tripwires in your own head. You're very clever. So on that note, Virgos, have a wonderful week. And I hope you enjoy this beautiful, balanced Libran full moon. And we'll see you next time. Take good care. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.